Hi everyone. Over the past few months, I've been doing research on social pressure when it comes to being anti-racist, specifically when it comes to adolescents. I was particularly inspired to learn about this age group because of how they begin to shape their identities and their opinions about the world around them. And so this desire to contribute to society and a greater awareness of the social climate around them can drive teenagers to combat injustice, especially with the interconnectivity of social media. Displays of social justice initiatives have become more and more prevalent. And so, after doing more research, I decided to answer the question of how social pressure to be anti-racist influences adolescents' participation in racial justice initiatives. To answer my question, I'll be conducting surveys and interviews with teens. I predict that teen scores on measures of peer pressure will be positively correlated with their participation in anti-racist actions. However, I hope that my research contributes to the growing awareness of standing against racism and brings people to reflect on their motivations. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jessica Zhou, and today I will be sharing some information about childhood musical instrumental experience and its correlation with later academic achievement. In my literature review, I examine and analyze multiple longitudinal and experimental studies. Longitudinal correlational studies test a population over time with regards to relationship between early childhood musical experience and later academic achievements. Results for longitudinal studies show that direct instrumental lessons between the ages of 2 to 4 are especially beneficial for one's improvement in literacy, math, English, and social skills. Other studies have followed students from early elementary school to middle school have found that SAT scores in math and English were significantly stronger in students who have received more than 6 months of musical training in their childhood. Another type of study is experimental study. The experimental groups is given the musical experience, whereas the control group does not. One such study found that the group of toddlers who received musical instruction for 19 months are significantly better at communication, attention, and behavior than their counterparts. Other studies conducted with primary school children have shown the early musical experience to have a positive effect on motor skills and visual spatial integration. In conclusion, childhood instrumental experience have a positive effect on one's later academic achievement and intelligence. Thus, music classes are very beneficial. Thank you.
Greetings. I am Rabhya, and here is my elevator pitch. The question is simple. How should India or any other developing country for that matter utilize geographical indication tags for local cultural and economic development? What are these tags? Most of us haven't even heard of it. Let me elaborate. Consider the piece of Parmigiano Reggiano cheese you're currently consuming. Do you really know where does it come from? Is it even original? The geographical indication tag, as given by the political authority, establishes a link between the geographical attributes and the product, thereby helping consumers like you choose better and producers differentiate their product, thus earning a little more. We have known about the classic farm to table stories from kindergarten. This is just that, but linking all of it to the world of economics and culture. These products are intrinsically and historically linked to the culture of the area, and therefore the producers there are given the exclusive economic right to produce the good. The project argues that the scope or the seemingly unimportant intellectual properties can be further expanded to help develop resilient and dynamic regional economies in developing countries. The question is just How? A little fiscal push by the government helps producers create agglomeration economies, as the research argues, geographical exclusive production zones, and thus taking their product and their societies to newer heights. This is something the developing world needs to know. Similarly, branding their product abroad as a cultural good and incorporating GI tags into the various bilateral free trade agreements by the developing economies helps a lot. The research concentrates on improving lives of all these producers, continuing a tradition fakes with extinction. Now, it is not culture versus economics, it is culture supplementing economics. Therefore, next time you buy some Indian sweets or special African spices, remember that with each dollar paid, a culture can be better preserved and a regional economy can be created, a system that works for all. The question, as the research discusses, is how.
Hello, my name is Vedika Bhuwania and I'm a student at Mayo College Girls School. I had written my research paper with the help of the Polygons platform with Kelly as my mentor. The topic of my research was through the focal point of Indians, the impact of media on feminism. My article examines how media perpetuates harmful gender stereotypes and reinforces sexist values. My project employs a mixed methods approach. For one, I've conducted a web study of 50 Indians to examine the conclusion on social media and feminism. My research sheds light on the internet and social media as stages for gatherings of people to precise their reactions to well-known media platforms and for women to voice their suppositions and reflections as individuals of a persecuted bunch. Our society is such that men and women are categorized in certain ways. Men are said to be more grounded, and women are regularly alluded to as the weaker sex. According to the Global Gender Gap Index by the World Economic Gathering, India positions 135 among an add-up of 146 nations. Even though we're living in the 21st century where men and women are said to be equal, India is yet to achieve that equality. It will presently take 132 years for India to reach sex equality. And as we know, media has the control to impact the suppositions and disagreements of its watchers. Regardless of the country and culture, the media has the power to influence its opinions, the opinions and perceptions of its viewers. And so, through this research, I could highlight how media possibly propagates negative recognitions and suggestions of women's rights in India. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Milena and I'm a Polygon scholar from 2022 from the Republic of Moldova. And today I'm going to be talking about a gender-sensitive curriculum, which is my project. I'd like to start off by saying that unfortunately, even in 2022, the world remains a very homophobic, patriarchal, sexist place in every nation. And but I will focus specifically on Moldova because we have social issues that are very observable and that really impact the lives of everyone, but more specifically young people that are raised into this society with these very harmful values. So 73% of Moldovan women have been through intimate partner violence, which is the highest rate in all of Europe. And some 2/3 of Moldovan society believe that LGBT people are sick and that they should be kicked out of the country. And there are also a myriad of other problems ranging from beauty standards that are being pushed onto young women, which decreases their self-esteem. We are talking about a lack of consent, and that leads to unhealthy communication, that leads to unhealthy relationships in teenagers. But I believe that we can prevent all of these problems by doing one simple thing, which is investing in education of young people. And I'm going to be basing my project and my paper on a feminist academy that I organized this summer. It involved 20 young women that had no prior knowledge about feminism and gender equality, that went through 7 days of what will be my curriculum. Topics explained from zero, from the ground up, when it comes to gender inequality and the problems that we have in the country, as well as how we can solve them, how we can contribute to their eradication. And in my paper, I'm going to be covering what topics should be included in the gender sensitive curriculum, what activities should also go hand in hand with these topics, and how they should be taught. So I'm actually going to be talking about the perfect lesson plan, as I like to call it, which is a perfect model of any training that we have built over years of events and working with young people. And then I will go into group assignments and how we can make this whole process more interactive and make sure that young people are actually learning not only in theory what they should do to contribute to a gender equal society and make sure that their rights are respected, but also in practice how they can do that. So that will be my paper. And I'm very excited about it. And I think it's something that could be widely used by then other Moldovan authorities and just interested individuals, those who are working in the education sector and they would like to contribute to this problem. They would like to contribute to creating a gender equal society. That was my pitch. Thank you so much for listening to me. And I hope you have a great day.
Hi, my name is Christopher Wang and I'm in 9th grade. I play the cello and I love music and listen to it all the time. This led to my curiosity as to how listening to music influences the performance of everyday activities like exercising, driving, studying, and other cognitive tasks. After brainstorming with my mentor, I decided to do a literature review on this topic and I'm currently in the middle of it. The objective of my study is to review the impact of listening to music on everyday activities. So far, I've selected 8 relevant papers for review. I am currently analyzing and summarizing all the information in the studies to see what is the consensus of the authors. Some early conclusions I'm making is that listening to music appears to have little or no negative impact on driving and cognitive tasks, and in some situations, even enhances alertness and mood for better performance. For driving, it was found that listening to music improved reaction times, and listening to enjoyable, upbeat songs put drivers in a better mood, promoting safe behavior. For studying, it was demonstrated that music improved memory, attention, and assessment skills. The majority of studies concluded that classical music was the best for studying. However, this factor is also heavily subjective, and everybody has their own preferred way of concentrating on a certain cognitive task. In terms of exercising, music was also found to be beneficial in the vast majority of cases, and listening to self-selected motivational music can reduce perceived exertion, allowing for a better workout. I do note, however, that there are potential population biases and that further research should be conducted before coming to a concrete conclusion. As my paper is still not fully complete, these conclusions are just some initial findings. I plan to review many more papers and see if it would change the outcome of my findings. That's all for my project, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Hi, I'm Grace, and I am a student from Dulwich College, Beijing. Today, I will be talking about my research project focused on the social, emotional, developmental implications of the problem of child abandonment in rural China. It has been reported that roughly 31 million children in rural regions of China have been left behind with their elderly grandparents or relatives by their parents who leave them to work in cities. This problem is pressing because abuse and neglect, both physical and emotional, are known to have detrimental effects on children and adolescents' physical, mental, and social emotional development. There is a wide body of research exploring these topics. However, more attention is needed to the specific implications for left behind children. In order to explore this further, I conducted a literature review examining the social emotional effects of abandonment with the goal to provide recommendations about how to support left behind children. In my review paper, I first examined research on early emotional development with a specific focus on attachment styles. Next, I synthesized research associating attachment styles with later aspects of social emotional development, including the development of anxiety disorders such as separation anxiety. In conducting this review, I identified a strong thread between abandonment, insecure attachment, and separation anxiety. Furthermore, I identified a series of papers that connected insecure attachment and separation anxiety through brain functioning. I concluded my paper with recommendations about how to best support left behind children based on the findings of my review, such as using encouraging language, reassuring actions, and supportive mindsets while communicating with them. I hope that this literature review will help raise awareness about the negative social and emotional effects that left behind children may experience and their potential negative life outcomes, as well as inform on how to best support these children. Thank you.
Hello, this is Yoohyun Kim. Welcome to Doggy Buddy. Our company was made after a lot of researches for dogs. We target 5.21 million households and 6.02 million dogs. We desire to build an ecosystem in South Korea where dogs and their owners can connect with their other dogs and dog-friendly business. Now, we only have a founder who is me, but we are trying to recruit a CTO. So basically, Doggy Buddy is an app that uses your location to help you find other dogs and their owners nearby. This gives opportunity to meet friends. This app will establish a bond between owners who love dogs. We have 3 functions. First one is customized dog match, which is using GPS technology. Second one is a personal training. This allows to schedule lesson with dog trainer. Lastly, animal facilities. You should be able to find nearest facilities such as pet shops and veterinary clinic. This is an app wireframe. We target to people who looks for companion dogs or personal dog trainer or animal facilities. This is a product market fit that I made it through the customer survey, and it resulted that 80% of those surveyed would utilize Doggy Buddy. This is a specific market size, and this is expected revenue, and this is expected startup cost. For the competitive analysis, this app would be the only app that will provide 3 functions in one app in South Korea. For the investors, I would ask $930 to them. And this is it. Thank you. Bye.